Again, another video this week. Hope everyone has had a great week. We've had a little bit of a preview of fall here in New Hampshire. Some pretty cool mornings. I think it's down in the 50s this morning. I don't mind that. Fall is my favorite time of year, so I'm ready for fall here. But yeah, this week I want to chat a little bit about something that comes up quite a bit. So I've chatted a lot about the benefits of strength training and why we should all be strength training. And one of the primary benefits there is strength training is the best way to add muscle mass to your body. And muscle obviously has an aesthetic component to it. Having a little bit more muscle than less muscle most of the time makes you appear a little bit better, which is important to many people. But there's many health benefits to having muscle on your body, including regulating your blood sugar and mental health. And moving into old age, we're concerned about having less muscle mass, which is going to subject us to falls, to breaking bones and stuff like that. In addition, resistance training helps keep our bones healthy, helps add bone mass. And lots of times people, especially females, can be concerned about the loss of bone as they move into older age. And one of the best ways to prevent that from happening is to be strength training. So as a side note, if you are curious about how to strength train or get some help strength training, I do have quite a few blog posts specifically around strength training exercises. I even have a free download around a workout program that you can put to work if you need some help getting started. Feel free to reach out for that. I'll definitely point you in the right direction. And I'll try to include some notes in the video description on pointing to those resources. But that's not necessarily what I want to talk about today. But one of the things is related to strength training. One of the things I really wanted to chat about was more about a question that comes up when people start strength training. That is, how long should I be resting? It's very common, I think, over the past few years to see strength training workouts that really turn into cardiovascular workouts, or workouts that focus less on the benefits of building strength and muscle mass and more on the benefits of, or the effect of making you feel like you worked really hard. And I think part of this has to do with the fact that when people exercise, they want to feel like they're working out. And we feel like we're working out when we're running or when we're doing some type of cardio exercise. Maybe it's rowing or biking or whatnot. Like, you can get out of breath, you can get super sweaty. It can be very hard. And it just, all the feelings and visual effects that come along with exercising really are pretty easy to see when you start doing some type of cardiovascular workout or some type of circuit where you might be doing a bunch of different exercises really fast, for example. And so I think what we've seen come up in popularity over the past few years is that we take our strength training workouts, and because people want to feel like they work out, we turn them into cardio workouts. So we try to go through these strength training exercises and we try to do them extremely fast, right? So I'm out of breath because I went from my push-up to my row to my deadlift, and I went through those three exercises as fast as I possibly could with as little rest as possible. And really, this kind of defeats the point out of strength training. Certainly, I'm not saying you get zero benefit from doing strength training workouts in this like no rest, super fast circuit type of fashion, but certainly does not promote the benefits that we're trying to get from primarily from strength training, and that is building muscle mass and being strong and improving bone mass. Because for that, you need to really put the maximum amount of effort into the amount of weight that you can use, or challenge your muscles to the point where the limiting factor is your muscle and not necessarily your cardiovascular system. So when you go through exercises, strength training workouts, like say you pair a row with a squat with a push-up, and you go through those three exercises multiple times as fast as you possibly can for as many reps as possible, what really ends up becoming your limiter is your cardiovascular system. And the limiter is not your muscle strength, your muscles. What ends up getting a workout is a cardiovascular system. And in order to add muscle or improve strength, you need to challenge your muscles. You need to bring those muscles pretty much close to failure at some point during the workout. And if you're not reaching failure because your cardiovascular system is failing first, then you're not actually improving your muscle health, your muscle strength, your muscle. That means we need to rest enough that allows us to take a rep range that we're trying to achieve. So, say if I'm going to do a push up, I want to do between 8 and 12 reps of a push up. And whether it's a push up on your hands and feet or a push up on your knees or a push up against the wall, doesn't really matter to me. It's just that when you get into those 8 to 12 reps, that somewhere in that rep range, you're coming close to your failure point, right? That means you're challenge your muscles. And then if we have that rep range, then we get to the point where we're coming close to failure in that rep range. And then we want to repeat that exercise again. Maybe we're doing it for 2 sets. Maybe we're doing it for 3 sets. Maybe we're doing it for 5 sets. It doesn't really matter. However many sets you're going to do, we want to come to that failure point within that rep range at some point. I need to rest again so that in set 2, again, I can do between 8 and 12 reps and come to failure. So maybe first set, I did 10 reps. The second set, I did another 10 reps. The third set, I did 9 reps. And then the fourth set, I did 8 reps. And that was it. But I came to close to failure on those things. Now, how long I rest in between those is really just determining how long I need to rest in order to repeat those reps again and come close to failure. You want to find a sweet spot. You don't want to be sitting there for 5 minutes and be completely rested and bang out more than that, right? So if you're able to bang out 15 reps. Instead, you want to rest. Maybe you rest 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe, and you're able to go back and do another set of 10 reps for the push up. And then again, you rest the same amount of period, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you feel like you need in order to go back and do again another 10 reps of the push up. But if you're going for 4 sets between 8 and 12 reps of the push up, in the first set you do 10 reps and then you rest for 20 seconds and you go back and you do 8 reps for your third set, and then you rest for 20 seconds and you go back and only get 6 reps on the third set. Now that's you're going too fast, right? You're not giving yourself enough rest. It could be that you're fatigued for other reasons, but most likely it's because you're resting 20 seconds. And it could be that your cardiovascular system's keeping you from getting to the right reps. Don't be afraid to extend those rest periods out to the point where it allows you to repeat the prescribed rep range and come close to failure on each of the prescribed number of sets that you want. And that's how you're going to really challenge your muscles and get to that point of close to failure. We're going to start to build muscle strength and muscle mass, which is the real point of strength training. Again, we don't want to make the main limiter in our strength training workouts our cardiovascular system. We have other workouts, our cardio sessions where we're doing our zone 2, we're doing our high intensity interval training. That's going to challenge our cardiovascular system plenty. We don't need to bring that into our strength workouts because the real goal of the strength workout is to build our muscle mass and our muscle strength. And we need to challenge the muscles in order to do that. And we don't want the cardiovascular system to be the limitation by shortening our rest periods to small of a duration in order to get there. That's how I tell clients how to dictate their rest periods, because I just want them to rest enough to get back to do another set within that rep range and challenge their muscles. Now, I will add a little bit of caveat to that because some of my clients know that I like to play with what's called density. So what I try to do to them, and this isn't really meant to turn things into a circuit, but I'll say, okay, last week you did this workout for the same number of sets, the same rep scheme, et cetera. Everything's exactly the same. You did it in 70 minutes, right? It took you 70 minutes to do this work. I want you to try and do this workout 4 to 5 minutes faster, right? And I'm not trying to encourage them to turn it into a circuit and to challenge their cardiovascular system. I'm just trying to challenge them to shorten that rest period just a little bit and move through the things a little bit quicker so they can gain 4 to 5 minutes in their workout and challenge their muscles a little bit more. And so what I'm still trying to do is have them rest, but I want a little bit of extra fatigue in their workout. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say, oh, let's cut 20 minutes off your workout and bang through this workout super fast. No, I'm just saying like 4 to 5 minutes, but just challenge yourself a little bit more. It's more just a fatigue situation rather than like a cardiovascular situation. You're not really challenging your cardiovascular system by taking that approach. Instead, you're just trying to induce a little bit more fatigue in the muscle because you're shortening that rest period, maybe just 10 to 20 seconds, maybe if that, on some exercises, or just moving things just a little bit quicker. That's the only caveat I would say. So there's a time and place where you shorten the duration a little bit. You're not turning it into how fast can I move through these exercises as quick as possible. And I'll also say when I give people these kind of more dense, quote unquote dense workouts, if they don't do it any quicker than they did the week before, if it takes them longer, I'm not sweating that at all. Like, it's just a little bonus, like icing on the cake type of thing. They're still getting 99% of the benefits from their workouts by just doing the strength workout, even if it took them a longer period of time. I'm just trying to eke out a little bit of extra benefit by saying, okay, let's go a little bit quicker, see if we can move this thing a little bit quicker. But I'm not encouraging to turn it into a circuit to do cardiovascular hit workout with weights type. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope it helps in helping you decide how long you should rest between your sets of your strength training workouts. I know a lot of people I find at the beginning are moving too quickly, and I have to really force them to sit down and say, okay, you're going to take 2 minutes between each set here, and just ingrain that mindset into their head before they start going too quickly between things. So I know it's a lot of things, a lot of people I see, and a lot of clients. I just want to throw that out there as a tip, and how I go about telling clients how to dictate their rest periods between their strength training workouts and why we want to do that. As always, the best way to keep up with me is to sign up for my newsletter. You can go to my website, rjbhealth.coach, click on the scheduled newsletter, click on the newsletter link at the top of the page, enter your email address, and we sign up for the newsletter. If you need help strength training or need help in some one-on-one fashion, I do have a couple spots open for one-on-one coaching. Please go to my website, again, rjbhealth.coach. Click on the schedule discovery call button on the homepage and fill out the form, and I'll get back to you and chat a little bit more about how to do some one-on-one coaching together. I'm happy to do that as well. If you have questions or comments or thoughts on this topic, please find a way to get in contact with me. You can leave a comment below. You can send me a direct message. You can email me. I'm pretty easy to get in touch with. Happy to chat a little bit more about these things. And with that,